Welcome to Washington TV. Today, Washington TV is here in Virginia for the coverage of a business seminar, business meeting, convention, business seminar. So right now we have two guests. One is the organizer. He's a well-known person in DC metro area. His life revolves around business. He's a business person. He loves doing it. He has been doing it whole life. Okay, we'll introduce our special guest today. He's going to tell you about himself and about the business he is in and about this today's event, because they were introducing the products and services. So first of all, I'll give mic to Mr. MSS, Muhammad Siddiq Sheikh. He'll introduce you about himself and then he'll give mic to our honorable guest. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Siddiq Sheikh. I am the founder and chairman, Pakistan, American business, which was a PABA. After 30 years, 35 years now, we last year have changed the name, U.S. Pakistan International Chamber of Commerce. Today we had gathering for my dear friends, and I worked with them. He was my chairman, multicultural banking. For BB&T Bank, last 25 years I worked with him. He's been working for the banking 38 years. Now he have retired. He knows more is maybe what we know. We have a lot to learn. So today's Mr. Lewis, we honor him. I am so grateful. He was my friend. He is my friend. He will be my friend. And Mr. Lewis Lobo, who is executive senior vice president for BB&T, came specially for this event from North Carolina. So I'm going to give mic to Mr. Lewis.
Thank you, Siddiq. It's my great pleasure to be back in the wonderful Washington, D.C. area, and very proud of our friendship with what was the Pakistani Business Association, and now it's growing again into a more international impact, and we're very proud of that friendship and that association. Thank you.
You are president of this prestigious organization, BB&T. Kindly let our audience know why should they join, why should they open up the accounts with your BB&T? What makes you better than others? Few points.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure. So I'm a career banker. I'm an immigrant to this country. My father was an immigrant to this country, also from Costa Rica. So we understand the motivation of immigrants into this country and the impact that they have. And bankers are the financial doctors that help people better understand their finances, help them establish their businesses, grow their businesses, protect their businesses, and provide generational wealth for their family, for their communities over time. That's been my career. I'm very proud of the 38 years and 13 different postings, North Carolina, South Carolina, Maryland, Virginia, and the District of Columbia. And but my years in Washington 10 years ago showed me the incredible diversity that we enjoy in the greater Washington, D.C. area. And now that is true also in the greater Charlotte area. It is true in the greater Atlanta area. It is true in every major metropolitan area of the United States. And we knew that the minority segment of this country, the population, would become the majority, and that has now come to pass in 2035. And so our strategy is to hire people that have the language skill or community knowledge skill, that understand their community, like the Pakistani community, the Indian community, the Latino community, African American community, whatever it is. We're very involved in those communities through friendships like Pakistani American Business Association traditionally was. And that helps us to reach more people. The financial doctor thought is that bankers have that knowledge and can pass that knowledge to individuals, families, and businesses, and they are going to be more successful in their careers and businesses.
We have composed some questions for President BBNT. My colleague, Dr. Syed Adeeb, will ask some questions, and at the end, MSS Mohammed Siddiq Sheikh and President of the bank will deliver a message about my books. As you know, I have authored 8 books, and he'll introduce you the books.
Essential Guide for Hypnosis Enthusiasts book right here in reducing diet to manage stress, and that is a real problem in this country to do so. A book on hypnosis, which is I know a therapy that is used. I'm not an expert in any of it. And best foods for relieving hernia. So writing a book is very difficult. I've written 2 books. I'm getting ready to write a 3rd book. So my congratulations to you. These books are available through Amazon. I've written 8 books, and I think you would benefit by reading his books.
At the end, before I give mic to Dr. Adeeb for a few more final questions, I give mic to Mohammed Siddiq Sheikh about my books, so that he can tell you about books.
I know Dr. Kashif Sohail, and he works very hard. And he wrote these 8 books. I have 4 of them is right in front of me in my lap. And I congratulate him on writing these books. And I hope people can see these books, read these books, and they will take advantage of his knowledge. Thank you.
At the end, message for Washington TV and Press Media TV.
Tune in to Washington TV to see more of this message.
Assalamu alaikum, viewers. This is journalist Dr. Syed Adeeb, executive editor of the Washington TV USA and chief editor of the Reporter News TV. Speaking to you today, I'm glad that we have Mr. Mohammed Siddiq Sheikh with us. He is, as you know, the chairman of the Pakistan American Business Association. And no, yeah, that was your former, which, right. But that is your history, your foundation. So, and he's also the chairman of the U.S. Pakistan International Chambers of Commerce, USPICC. So first of all, Mr. Mohammed Siddiq Sheikh, my question is, can you briefly tell the viewers, the audience, that what major some of the services which you have already provided to the Pakistani American community and the American society, American politics so far? And I think you've been doing that for the last 40 years. It's a long history.
Well, Syed Adeeb, I am sitting with, it's an honor to sit with my dear friend, Mr. Lewis. He came specially today from North Carolina, and we honor him today for his service. He have served very well to all diverse community, and it's like 186 countries. People was under diversity, and so the Pakistan, a U.S.-Pakistan International Chamber of Commerce, and what we have serve our community and all American under this chambers. This is a 501c6, which is a non-profit. We have never raised money under this, but we have done fundraising for everybody else. We are helping, developing, educating people, and moving them up, and they are going more forward from cashier to managers. Now they are a businessman and millionaire. It's about 7,000 plus people we have helped to move from our community and all other communities, and they have taken the advantage from this nonprofit, which is USPICC. Number 2, we have done many seminars. In 9/11, after that, there was so much needed. We had to diffuse. We are the only organization went to White House. We went to Justice Department. We went to Director General. We brought them and FBI to the mosque 450 people was there, and we show them our community is very highly educated. We are very loving, care U.S. citizens. We are very proud. I am very proud American. So we did job fairs, we did trade shows, and many other things we did to help and develop and educate our community. So after 40 years, I can say we have done so much, and we are very proud of, and I'm very proud of American also.
Thank you so much, Mr. Muhammad Sadiq Sheikh. I can write a book about your long history, 40 years of your, dedicated, excellent, brilliant services which you have provided. And he was so humble that he briefly explained it, but he has done so much that I don't have the words right now or the time to explain them, but I will definitely do it in my newspaper article or maybe one day in a book. And I think that you are also planning to, under the USPICC, a trade exhibition and a business conference convention next year. You are going to do that, right? Can you just briefly tell us, and then I will ask him a question.
But Mr. Lewis is my star today, so we need to ask him and learn more from him, because I'm here with you. I can always tell you these things.
But you're going to do it.
But yeah, inshallah, no, we announced it 2005. But what we are thinking about is not coming together, because it's like two countries, a commerce department, two countries of both embassies, both countries leaders, like president and prime ministers. Everybody have to come together, and we've been working, and we're getting closer by the day. So inshallah, hopefully next year or year after, we will be very successful building the bridge, the one have not been built. Because without a business, ladies and gentlemen, there is no good relationship. Business bridge, when it's a two-way flowing, then we have a friends, just like U.S. with the Canada, U.S. with the U.K., U.S. with the Germany, U.S. with the France, and all these relationship is built through business. That's what I believe.
Thank you, Mr. Sheikh. Washington TV USA viewers, we today are also honored that we have Mr. Sheikh's friend, Mr. Louis G. Lobo. I hope I pronounced your name right. Thank you. Mr. Lobo is the Executive Vice President and Multicultural Banking Manager of the BB&T. And you know what, Mr. Lobo, today a big businessman, a very successful businessman of our area, his name is a great friend of mine, Musaddiq Chughtai. He is on a business trip. He sent me a text message for you. And he said that as soon as I come back, he was going to come here today, but he's in Italy. He said as soon as he comes back, he's going to meet with you or any other BB&T manager or executive to do business with the BB&T. And he has millions of dollars in his bank accounts. And he said that give my regards to Mr. Lobo.
Likewise, thank you.
And so Musaddiq Chughtai, I have given your message to him. So my question, Mr. Lobo, to you is that you are what is multicultural banking, in BB&T, and how can the Pakistani American community and the American Muslim community, Arab community, and so many other communities who are you are interrelated, integrated with each other. We have a multicultural society here, sure, and we are welcome that. So can you explain that what it is and how we can benefit from it, and what are its features, and what are some of the unique, services or features for the business executive like Musaddiq Chughtai, which are being offered by BB&T? Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Yes, I'm very proud of my friendship with Sadiq Sheikh, with the former Pakistani Business Association that's now the International Pakistani U.S. Chamber. So I think that's created a tremendous amount of impact in the greater Washington, D.C. area, and by extension the United States of America, because the Washington is the capital of the freest country conceived by the mind of man, and immigrants are very driven people. I'm an immigrant myself, like my friends sitting here today. And we've accomplished our dreams in this country because it's possible to do so. And multicultural banking is banking, but is very visible in our Asian communities, in our Indian, Pakistani communities, is very visible in our African American communities, very visible in the Latino community, because wherever Truist, which is the combination of Heritage BB&T and Heritage SunTrust, has created the 6th largest banking corporation in the nation, and this is the southeast United States, from Pennsylvania in the north to Florida in the south to Texas in the west, through the Tennessee Valley area as well. And we're a business bank, but Truist will have 800 branches that are multicultural banking centers. Today we already have 600 of them. So with SunTrust, we're going to add 200 more multicultural banking centers. And we hire individuals that understand community knowledge. Understanding the Pakistani culture is very important if there is a heavy Pakistani community like we have in Washington, D.C. Yeah. And so more than likely it's going to be someone who speaks Urdu or the language and understands the culture. In many cases, we can teach a person how to be a banker. We cannot teach them their culture. They get that from home, like I learned my culture as a Costa Rican Latino as well. So the reason for them to bank with Truist is because we are very engaged in the community, and we understand that people trust organizations like the Pakistani International Association as an example, and by virtue of that, they may begin to trust us because they see us creating an impact in the community. People want to responsibly own their homes. People want to be able to save for a sustainable retirement. People want to grow their business and create a legacy for their children. People want to be successful. And successful is not only making money. Successful is having accomplished children and making your community better than you found it. And immigrants also do that. So multicultural banking is just banking, but banking that is very visible in these communities where we have these high concentrations of individuals of diverse races, ethnicities, and so forth. And we essentially invented multicultural banking. I teach multicultural banking at the American Bankers Association, Stony Brook Graduate School of Banking. We're an open book, but the execution and being able to drive a major corporation to make these decisions on behalf of the community has really improved the organization, and by extension, it has improved our communities as well.
Audience, as you know that we have launched Journalist Press Club. He is founder and I'm the co-founder of Journalist Press Club.
Thank you to Mr. Sheikh and Mr. Lobo, and I'm sure the BB&T will hire Pakistani Americans, American Muslims and Asian Americans for their multicultural banking business. And now Mr. Dr. Kashif Sohail will conclude this program today.
Yes, today's event was about business. So Pakistani community, predominantly Pakistani people were here. So many people were here. So you can get into, we were here to introduce our JPC USA to our new team members because they were already here. Now we introduced you few new members today. One was Rana. So now here we'll conclude our show. See you in the next show. And keep watching Washington TV.
Thank you for watching Washington TV USA, and we look forward to bringing you many interesting, informative, educative, and reformative and enlightening programs in the near future. Dr. Syed Adeeb and Dr. Kashif Sohail. Thank you for watching us today. Have a nice day. Take care. Goodbye.